sick. And chances are if you clicked on this video, you are right now too. High five for sick people. Now go wash your hands. Today's video focuses a little bit less on the information that you probably already know when it comes to looking after your voice when you're sick, so things like rest and hydration. I'm also going to talk a little bit about the myths you may have heard floating around there as well. This video is going to focus on science-based tips that you may not have actually heard before. These are vocal hygiene tips that every professional singer uses. So grab your glass of water and let's go. Hello lovely ones. This is Livia. I'm a professional operatic soprano, voice teacher, and the founder of Singing for Self-Care. If you like heart-based singing and health, be sure you subscribe because I'm here for you every Monday, giving you tips on your most powerful method of self-care, your voice. Because remember, you and your voice are practically magic. There are a few things I'm not going to go into detail in this video because they're so obvious. Drink lots of water, guys. Everyone says it. I don't need to tell you. You know that's the right thing to do. And also rest. This is the time where you shouldn't push yourself. Take as much time as you need to listen to your body. So some points that are maybe less obvious that you haven't heard of before. Number one, don't whisper. Don't whisper. When you whisper, you're using a lot of excess air moving past your vocal folds, and they still have to come into contact. So instead of a nice clean vibration, basically your folds are just flapping in the wind, so to say. It actually causes more harm to your voice than if you were to just to speak normally. That being said, you should probably try and use your voice to the absolute minimum. So maybe don't make YouTube videos when you're sick. Talk only when it's absolutely necessary, and when you do, make sure that you still speak with focus in your voice. Something that can be useful in terms of vocalization throughout the day when you are sick is to do a little downward siren on an NG. So this sound. So basically this acts as like a little vocal massage. You're very gently just using the very edge of your vocal folds, and just with this pattern, the vibration is actually working on edema of the vocal folds, so any swelling that you have there will gently be massaged out. If you are kind of wondering about what shape your voice is in when you are sick, if you do a siren going up and down nice and slowly and nice and gently, if there are any cracks along the way, bits that are kind of missing in your range, you know that there's some swelling there and you'll probably take it easy. If your sickness is more kind of nasally in your nose but your vocal folds don't feel quite so affected, you may find that your siren is actually really nice and smooth and your voice is not so bad. Speaking of inflammation, be careful when you're taking pain medication. Things like paracetamol are totally fine, but if you're taking anti-inflammatories such as ibuprofen, or if you're having something like Tylenol or something like that, just be careful that you're not vocalizing after you've taken those medications because they can make you more prone to vocal hemorrhaging. Now, oftentimes when you come across singer blogs or videos or anything like that talking about vocal health and how to get better when you're sick, inevitably some fancy teas are going to come up on that list. And I urge you, if someone is talking about a special tea being able to fix your sickness, do take it with a grain of salt. The whole action of swallowing, whether it be liquid or otherwise, your false folds, your vestibular folds, and your epiglottis close. And that's to prevent you from swallowing any food. So if you're drinking a special tea, it's never actually going to make any contact with your vocal folds. The best thing that tea could do for you is if it has any natural anti-inflammatory ingredients that you just want to take for general health. The other thing that tea is good for is the steam, because the steam does make contact with the vocal folds. You can inhale the vapor of the steam, and that can also help a little bit with swelling of the vocal folds as well. So rather than drinking fancy teas, an easier way you can get the benefits is just to steam. You can achieve that by either purchasing a steamer. They're very cost effective. If you don't want to go out and buy something like that, very simply you can just get a a bucket or a pot of hot water, put your face over it with a towel over your head and breathe in the steam that way. And do be careful of the hot water, don't burn yourself. The other thing that can be nice to do when you're sick is a little vocal massage. When you're sick, not only may you have muscle aches and pains, but sometimes your body may set up protective measures to protect your larynx by creating a bit of tension in your neck. It's very easy to do a little vocal massage. So what that would entail is just get your fingertips and you can massage the big muscles in your jaw. You can come up the side of your head and also doing neck stretches. So this way, this way, this way, this way. Oh, there was a crack. That felt good. You can also, if you take your larynx with your fingers, you can just very gently move your larynx to either side. If there's any like popping or snapping, that's okay. Just go slow, go gentle. Do stop if there's any pain. It shouldn't be painful, but any funny little noises, don't worry about it. It's just nice to get the larynx mobilizing. There's also this big muscle group in the neck here that can get quite tight. So if you take your fingers, you can gently kind of like grab and pull on that muscle going down your neck, and then you can finish that off with some more stretches. I'll mention again, steam is really nice, so if you wanted to take something like a bath with Epsom salts and breathe in the steam, that's really great. Be careful of essential oils. A lot of the time they can actually dehydrate your vocal folds if you're breathing in that vapor. So while some things like eucalyptus might feel nice for your sinuses, they're less good for your voice, so just go for plain water. And if you did want to inhale some steam with tea, there's so many herbal varieties available. What I tend to do is put a little bit of honey in a glass with some turmeric and some black salt. Black salt, it looks pink actually, and you may love or hate the smell. It's quite a sulfurous smell. You can buy black salt from the Asian grocery market. So those are said to be anti-inflammatory ingredients. To be perfectly honest, I'm not sure how much truth there is to that, or if it's just a placebo, but I do like the taste and it does get me hydrated and breathing in steam, so that's a benefit regardless. Okay, I'm resting now. Goodbye.